start. The special call meeting of the Board of Trustees of United ISD will be held today's Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. Time is 6:01 p.m. We're located at the UIC Boardroom 201 Lindenwood here in Laredo. May I have the board members that are present and the board members that are online, please state your name for the record. Javier Montemayor, present.
Frank Castillo, present.
Ricardo Molina, Senior, present.
Juan Roberto Ramirez, present.
I'm here.
Okay.
Lisa, present, yes?
Yes, I'm here. My phone fell, but I'm here.
All right.
Oh, you look pretty.
Yes.
I'm far away.
Okay.
Please let's record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and then notice of meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551. So I can please have everybody in attendance here stand up. We have the Pledge of Allegiance and Texas.
Right.
United States of America.
All right.
Texas, thank you very much. That will proceed with public comments. I believe we have one public comment signed up. This is Tina Trevino, who is present here. Trevino, good afternoon, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Board members, thank you for giving me the opportunity to visit with you. TASB representative, thank you for participating in such a good direction for our district. Just a quick FYI, I think you're aware, but I was a UISD board member for 9 years, so this means a lot to me, and TASB was a part of my life during that time as well. First of all, I would like to start off with board members, please. I know you're starting to make some decisions on who you will be interviewing. I just would like to remind you that the educational code says the superintendent is the chief instructional leader of the district. Instructional leader, meaning the guiding of the district for its job education. I took the opportunity, led by TASB, to observe both sessions of the community committee's input. I thought about it quite a lot, and I also have reflected on my thoughts and how it integrates with the others. And we're very, very similar. 99.9% of the individuals in the Community Advisory Committee stated that they wanted to see a superintendent with experience, number one, being able to make crucial decisions when needed. And in 2020, boy, oh boy, has this district needed to make crucial decisions. Thank God we had a leader in Mr. Santos, and that was important. But now we have to find another leader who can do that kind of a job. Secondly, the community committee also emphasized the need to have someone who's been in the classroom, who's gone through the process, who knows how to roll their sleeves up, get over, wash the windows, mop the floors for those kids, say good morning, and be excited that they are with those children. The committee, again, said they wanted to see someone who could make very good decisions in the best interest, particularly in 2020, of safety protocols and making sure they were adhered to. They also stated they felt like safety was of the ultimate criteria, not just for the children, but for the teachers and for the staff. And they wanted an individual who thought for everybody, not just one particular component. Teachers want someone who they can respect, someone who will be proactive and not reactive. Don't wait till there's a problem. If you anticipate that something's going awry, address it before it goes down over the bridge. The committee also stated that it was looking for someone who had experience in administration and demonstrated thoughtful and intelligent decisions and direction, which for UISD, I'm happy to say, led to educational gains for the children. And again, in 2020, that's not an easy task because this virtual stuff is no fun. I can't imagine that it's fun as a teacher or a child. And a lot of them fall asleep, I'm sorry to say. I think we need to consider the person that you are going to interview should be someone who has been there day after day in the trenches, hand in hand with the chief instructional officer. Someone with experience. Review all the applicants. We want the best, but we want all of these criteria I have addressed. But this is what the community wants. This is what the community has stated to you all. This is our advice to you. Take care of our children and for you to make the right decision. One, an individual who will represent the community, the teachers, the students, and the staff, and all their needs. Thank you so very much, and good luck on your search.
Thank you, Mrs. Reno. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Oliveros cannot hear, she's having technical difficulties.
Do we see her connected?
We do see her, we have no video.
You see her, but you have no video.
There's more no audio, so it's.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a good evening.
She took her camera.
She said she's having trouble?
She cannot hear, that's what she's telling me, she can't hear anything. Let me tell her to reconnect.
Yes, please.
Mr. Ramirez and Mr. Molina, can you hear?
Yes, I sure can hear you.
All right, we'll proceed. Let's go ahead and go into discussion. Go back by 1.071.
I'm sorry, Mr. President. I logged in and submitted.
I didn't see you, Mr. Allgood.
Public comment. I don't know if it's timely
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
No problem. I didn't see you there, sir. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead, Mr. Allgood. Go ahead and proceed with your comments.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the record, my name is George Altgeld, citizen. I'm a taxpayer and a father of two UISD students. I also have worn a couple of different hats in the community. I know I don't really need an introduction to you all because we've all collaborated. We've been on opposite sides of fights. We've been on same sides of fights. And I think generally, holistically, we are all champions for teachers and children in our own different ways. And so in that respect, I know we all have a lot more in common than what we do differently. I also served on the same committee as the previous speaker. And previously, I was a council member that was part of a city manager search. And that search, there's a lot of parallels between that search and this search. And what we did as a council, I mean, frankly, we window dressed the whole search committee and process so that it gave the appearance to the public like we were taking this really deep dive into finding the best city manager that money could buy. And what we ultimately ended up doing is we sold ourselves short. We sold the city short and the citizens short. We ended up choosing. I say we, not I, but collectively, as a council, we ended up choosing politics instead of people. And unfortunately, it's had mixed results. And history will be the ultimate judge there. But when you're behind the scenes, you kind of know. Como corre el agua, and there's just so many things that we could have done better. We could have chosen a technician who doesn't have political baggage, and I think that's really at the heart of what your decision is. I know you guys are getting tugged different ways. I know as elected officials, it's tough. You're in this, like, in the middle of these juxtaposing forces. But I think that if you are going to truly be advocates of students, parents, and teachers, it's a simple decision. And so if you search your minds, your brain, gives you all of those technical reasons for or against a particular candidate. But if you push all that to the side and you search right here in your heart, it's a real simple decision. It's not complicated. I think each and every one of you knows exactly what the right decision is. And the decision, it comes down to, well, who do I want to be the head instructional leader for my child? Right? If you just put your dad or your mom hat on, or for those of you all who maybe don't have children or your children have already grown up, but you just you put that, like, what's best for my kids? And what's best for your kids ultimately is that leader who's already among us, who's already, she's already earned her stripes. And the committee, when we were going through our analysis, we were following that general TASB framework of, okay, well, we need a strong instructional leader. We need someone who's got classroom experience. We need someone whose reputation is beyond reproach. And we need someone that the public is, confident about. And think about it, and y'all, I'm sure y'all get this all the time. Well, the biggest part of the tax bill is UISD, right? And we all complained a lot, and still do. But when the performance metrics over the past couple of years were way up here, there was this, like, hey, well, we're getting some bang for our buck, right? Like we're competing with other districts in the state. And so, lo barato sale caro y lo bueno cuesta. And I think a lot of us, we don't mind paying if there's value. And right now we're paying. And since there's such value, because of the hard work and leadership of you all, being able to really set the politics to the side to the extent that you can, and let the professionals, the academics, and the curriculum, maestros and the teachers practice their craft without that political meddling. You've been able to insulate the institution from all of that that's plagued South Texas over our history so much, and specifically the city. I mean, we're the first ones, there, just really kind of muddling things up, in my humble opinion. And so here you all are now thrust upon the horns of a dilemma of, do we take the hard right or the easy left? And the hard right for the elected official could very well mean I might not get elected. And I'm here to tell you, after having, voluntarily shown myself the door, it's not that bad of a deal. It's actually quite liberating if you end up going the way of the ex-politico. But if you take that hard right, what you do is you're going to define the trajectory and the growth and the history by which you all will be judged by, and which our district and our citizens and our community will be judged by. That hard right is choosing that leader that your heart already has told you who the right person is. And so I'll just end with this. Nobody in the committee said, we need someone that understands the Patron system. No one in that committee said, we need a well-connected, well-heeled guy that's gonna, further the individual agendas of certain board members. And I'm not saying that exists, but that's just kind of some of the hyperbole that's out there. No one in that committee is called for that. And I would venture a guess that none of the teachers that have reached out to you have said, hey, we need a good politico. I would venture a guess that none of the parents or admins that have been cultivated and curated over the years have come forward and said, hey, we need someone that understands, cómo corre el agua in Laredo. No, everybody's telling you all what you already know, which is bring us the best, and bring us the best, instructional curriculum, public administration manager that we can find. And that's the task that you have before you. And anything short of that very, very best among us is failure. And it's failure in many ways, but most importantly, it's failure. It's failing the children that are going to be taking care of us when we're elderly. So that's all I've got for you. I wish you God's grace in your deliberations, and thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
Do we have anybody else signed up for public comments? We'll proceed to closed session. Time is 6:18 p.m. We'll adjourn to closed session subsequent to Texas Government Code 551.071 and Texas 551.074. No. Thanks.
Luis. Okay. ¿Qué va a estar, pues, sí, claro. Ahí tenemos tus paquetes.
All right, time is 7:46 p.m. At this time, we're reconvening from closed session. The board will take appropriate action on items if necessary as discussed in closed session. I believe there is a
I make a motion, Mr. President. The motion is to interview the applicants for the position of superintendent as discussed in closed session.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Mire, sign.
Aye.
Those against? Nothing against, motion passes. All right, at this time, we will adjourn, time is 7:47. I would like to thank Mr. Garcia and task representatives for the information and for the time and for being here present. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.